And and that was my motto, basically. And so when I got into the ages of 11 and 12 and 13, 14, I began to, I mean, there's no other way to say it, but I began to learn how to medicate myself. Now, I mentioned already before that I found coffee in the sixth grade. And that was the beginning. That was when I first discovered that, if I drink this, then I can feel like that. And that's good. It's real simple. So, it's the same thing with food. If I eat food, a certain, regulated way, I can feel better. I can feel this certain way. And I've noticed other channels talking about that and regulating and making sure to take care of yourself and eat and stuff like that. And that's absolutely true. It's so true with me that I remember having distinct thoughts about it and figuring it out, in middle school, and putting it to a schedule. And one of the things was coffee, and for sure making sure I ate even when I didn't feel like having breakfast. You got to put something in the stomach. When I understood the science behind it, then it made sense to me. So even no matter what my psyche was feeling, I knew logically I had to put food in my belly. And that was enough logic for me to do it, to overcome my psyche and my procrastination, I guess, of eating. So so I would. And then I drank the coffee, I would feel better. And so one of the things that I learned eventually in the middle school, by the time I was 14, I think, was that if you smoke marijuana, it will also make you feel better. Like not anxious, not discombobulated, all the bad things that I would feel sometimes when I would come home from school, which was always a great experience. I was in White Salmon at that time, and I loved everybody so much and felt like they loved me. It was not a problem. I didn't need to smoke marijuana. But I discovered that if I did, there was benefits. Creativity, I could relax. It was just so nice to be able to relax, I guess is the best way to put it. It allowed me to fully relax. And so, I started to smoke marijuana. So when I said I wasn't a smoker, that wasn't exactly true. I mean, as far as tobacco goes, I have to say, I'm not a smoker, but I've tried thousands of times to become one and failed, and I'll keep trying. If I see a friend that has an American Spirit cigarette, just another truth bomb, I might just go over there and ask for one. And you'll say, well, I thought you weren't a smoker. Well, I keep trying. It just doesn't seem to work for me, Tobacco is too strong, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't, if it doesn't feel good in the long run, I'm not going to take it. The same thing with alcohol and most drugs. So it turned out that when I look back, I think what I was doing was I was medicating myself. I was learning how to medicate myself. Started with coffee, then I discovered food would do certain things, especially as I got into weightlifting. Then eating right was super important, especially protein. And that was a short-lived thing, weightlifting, but it definitely made me learn a lot about physiology and nutrition, biology, and basically. And strength training is good. I still do it, but not like a weightlifter. I was so skinny growing up, I felt like I needed to bulk up or something, and that's just not true. It's ridiculous. Not really ridiculous, but I mean, I wanted to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that was ridiculous. Everybody looks fine. So anyway, I started, I'm in the 8th grade, and I started to smoke marijuana a little bit because it would absolutely help me. And as it would help me, I would be excited about that and start to share it with other people. And this is in the mid-'80s when it was, still taboo, still totally illegal everywhere. And so, most people that I would share that information with didn't like that I was sharing that I just figured out this really cool medicine that would help me called marijuana. No, that's bad, kid. Don't do that. Don't you want a future? I mean, I'm like, yeah, I want a future. That's why I found out this marijuana and I'm excited for it because it's going to help me in the future and forever. And it still helps me. You know, what now? Maybe four decades, 40 years. On a regular basis, I'll ingest marijuana and it helps me so much. That's the truth. And even though people didn't like it in the beginning, I wasn't willing to accept their opinion. I had already learned to count on my opinion a long time ago, which is one of the benefits of those first 6 years. One of the greatest things I learned about that experience was to get my own opinion, learn to count on it, because I couldn't count on the adults in my life always. They were having fun, they were doing their thing, but taking care of a kid was not their thing all the time.